Well, from the smallest to the biggest, and one of my favourite, the white-tailed sea eagle, and we're lucky enough to now be able to see them again in Britain, up in Scotland. We sent Yolo Williams to see how they're doing in Mull.
This is Loch Nakiel. It's a sea loch on the west coast of the Isle of Mull, and everywhere I look I see wildlife. There are seals over here, shags, there are black guillemots, gulls, all sorts of gulls. And in recent years, one other animal has made this loch and this island its home.
The white-tailed eagle. With a wingspan of 8 feet, it's our largest bird, nicknamed the Flying Bandor. There are new developments to the story of the white-tailed eagle. First of all, let's meet the bird. Its favourite food brings it in.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, wow! Did you see that? That's where these huge fellas come out to take the fish off the top of the wall. Incredible. And off he goes. Effortless. Absolutely effortless.
White-tailed eagles have followed fishing boats for centuries, so this is perfectly natural behaviour.
Oh, here he goes, here he goes. Wow! Oh. Huge wings.
Actually hear the wing beats.
Here he comes, talons out. Off he goes. And that is the first time I've ever seen a white-tailed sea eagle fishing. That's a first for me.
If the eagles are hungry enough, they'll eat it in flight, but usually they carry their prey to a convenient perch, or back to the nest. And that's where I'm heading with RSPB Scotland's Mull officer, Dave Sexton. After hunting and poisoning drove the white-tailed eagle to extinction in Britain in the early 1900s, an ambitious reintroduction project began on Scotland's west coast in the 1970s. Dave tells me that there are 14 nesting pairs on Mull this year, up from 11 last year, which makes it a bumper year for the eagles.
God, what a view.
Great. Every now and again, a head will jump up. That's the chick. They're about. There he is.
Oh, yeah, I can see him. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Have a look through there. Quite often, white-tailed eagles are better in a way than golden eagles, but golden often only raise one kills the other. But white-tailed, they just seem less aggressive in the nest. But they have had some trauma over the years. One of their chicks got right to fledging time, like 3 months old. We thought it had fledged, but it hadn't, it had fallen. So lots of things can go wrong, right from now, right up to the point of fledging.
These chicks are now 3 weeks old and need to be fed every 20 minutes or so. So the parents are kept busy bringing in the catch of the day.
They go from this tiny, tiny little ball of down to a full-size eagle in 10 weeks.
Wow.
Phenomenal.
The chicks on Mull show what conservation can achieve. And there's exciting news on a chick that fledged here 4 years ago. In 2008, a young eagle called Mara was fitted with a satellite transmitter. Over the last 4 years, he's flown as far as Rum and Skye looking for food, territory, and a mate. And this year, he's found one. He finally settled on the mainland, not far from Mull. But the surprise is his choice of mate. A female brought over from Norway and released on the other side of Scotland.
If Mara and his mate breed successfully, it means that the two populations, the east and the west coast, finally become one. And it also means that the story of the white-tailed eagle in Scotland has come full circle.
Well, Yolo's joined us in the studio. Hiya, Yolo. I love sea eagles. I mean, you never get tired, do you, of seeing them do that fishing when they just hit the water and go up again. It's absolutely fantastic.
And I tell you what, when you're on the back of a boat and they come that close, that's when you realise just how big they are. They're enormous birds. They really are.
They're doing really well this year, aren't they?
They are. It's yet another record year. In Scotland, they have 60 pairs this year. So, and they are spreading constantly. And you know, the hope is, of course, in the end, they'll fill up Scotland. They'll move south. It'll be wonderful when they have them here on the Dovey estuary.
It's obviously a great success story as far as reintroducing birds go. And it's going on for a few more years, is it?
No, this is the final year now. Of course, they've been doing it for over 40 years on the west coast, and since 2007 on the east coast then, and they're in Norway at the moment getting the latest batch of birds over, and then they believe that with 60 pairs, that population can now sustain itself. So, you know, that is fantastic news, because it's 40 years of hard work.
Was Mara and his partner, were they successful in the end?
Unfortunately not. No, Mara, of course, is a Mull bird, and his partner is from the east coast. So finally, both those populations have come together. But they were young birds. They were both 4 years old, and usually white-tailed eagles breed for the first time at 5. They proved to be very good, very caring parents, but the eggs didn't hatch. But everybody is really hopeful that next year, fingers crossed, they will pair up and they will rear young.
Why is that significant, Yolo, to have a bird from Mull pairing up with a bird from the east coast of Scotland?
Well, you go back hundreds of years, you know, and it was a widespread bird. It became extinct almost exactly 100 years ago. They were first reintroduced 40 years ago onto the west coast, and then 6 years ago onto the east coast. And the fact that those two populations have now joined up means that there aren't two distinct populations. It's one big Scottish population now. So it is a milestone.
I have to say, Yolo, you've had quite a good time on Springwatch this year. He's done